You know the Skytles award is still worth like $5,000?
Yeah, we're live. Cody Willard here. Cabana, Bryce. It's the Skytles crypto call. We're giving away thousands of dollars to people and or companies who are going to clean up space debris, because space debris is a problem. We are the only cryptocurrency on the planet that is a pro bono, non-securitized, non-profit kind of thing. We gave away every single token to people who registered. We'll put a third to people who registered and a third to a fund that is dedicated to cleaning up space debris, like as I just mentioned, and we give 10% of that fund every year to companies and or people who are going to help clean up space debris. And then 1/3 of the tokens are mined over the next, say, 10 to 20 years. And the way the tokens are mined are by successful space events. So
you said people.
Bryce, go ahead, Cabana. Sorry.
I was gonna say, you said people cleaning up space debris. Might that be part of the robotics revolution? We see robots cleaning up.
Well,
space
yeah, I don't mean to say that like there's going to be a human being in an
astronaut
suit,
with a fishbowl
with
helmet,
a big garbage bag. Like, there's debris flying by at 13 miles an hour, and he's like, but no, I mean that if there's a high school kid who has a great idea, we will send him some Skytles once a year if he applies and wins. Bryce, we've had 3 companies apply for our grant.
Yes.
Distribution. What would we call this? Gift?
It's an award.
Award. Who are the 3 companies, Bryce?
So far, it's Cislunar Industries, Astroscale, and TrustPoint.
Okay, cool. I know we have had Cislunar. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Cislunar, their CEO, Gary Callan, has been on our call, a Skytles call, maybe a year and a half ago. Fascinating presentation he gave. And Bryce and I, full disclosure, actually, I didn't know that they had applied, but our hedge fund is a small investor in TrustPoint. So that's cool. And then who's the third?
Astroscale.
Is that the one that you met last week independently?
No, I don't know who Astroscale is.
All right. Well,
they were nominated by Joe Volpe.
Excellent. Who was, Bryce, did you not meet a space company the other day who was like, he was a founder? Maybe I've got my wires crossed, but he was previously a founder of Mount Gox.
Yeah, it's called Vast Space.
But that was not for Skytles. You just met them independently doing research?
They're going to, Ammo nominated them to be, or he's going to nominate them. Obviously, they haven't filled out the form yet, but yes, they are looking at Skytles.
Cool.
They had some concern, I think, because of like privacy or something. And then I'm spilling their stuff on YouTube. So
to one viewer, so it's going to be all right.
It's not like they're like in stealth or something. They're out there, but I don't. Yeah, they wanted to like think about it. So
okay, well, cool. Why don't you, if you would, text Ammo and tell him if they want to apply, they need to do it this week and this weekend. Let's text Daniel Ing. If you'll just remind me, I'll text Daniel and ask him to, if you'll shoot me an email, Bryce, with the names of the companies that we're nominating and however, a little blurb that what the information you got on the application, we'll send that to Daniel. And then we will tell everybody who owns Skytles that they can go vote on the winners and or just approve the 4 that have applied, because we give it up to 5 different companies, and if 4 apply, we'll probably end up giving it to all of them unless the community says nay. Cool.
Sounds good.
Thank you for that.
Don't you like to say nay, Cabana? Do you ever nay?
Does that come from somewhere, or do we just say that?
It came from John Pinette. He's I think that's how you say his name. He's a comedian.
Oh.
I think he passed away a couple of years ago, but one day I was driving and I was listening to Comedy Greats on Sirius XM, and he was doing the whole bit, and he kept saying, "and nay," and I thought that was clever, so I stole it. I don't know if I've ever had an original thought in my life. I just do a good job on picking up cool things or funny things and repeating them.
Oh, I thought you were quoting the Silento song.
The what?
The Silento song, Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay.
Oh,
No.
I don't know what we're talking about, but
You don't know
Bryce gets it.
maybe I am quoting it.
that was like what 5, 6, 10 years ago. I mean, I don't even know when that was. That song.
Cabana, you introduced me to what's the modern day Led Zeppelin band?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I haven't.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you
2 words. Bryce, I made you listen to it before.
You made me listen to him too.
Yeah. Come on, Cabana. How can you not think of this?
Oh,
it's almost the same name as someone who used to be a Fox News anchor lady.
the Clayman.
Nope.
The Flying Bartiromos.
That's close. That is close. No, forget it. You're fired, Cabana. Yeah. Never. You're never fired, Cabana.
The Irish McCallums. No. I'm running out of ideas here.
All right, I'm going to just Google it because now this is embarrassing that we're having a whole discussion. Led Zeppelin knockoff band name. Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Susteren Fleet.
Yes, exactly.
There it is.
Greta Van Susteren. See, I had that file.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find it.
2/3 of it, not kind of. Yeah.
You do get the reference. Have you ever noticed that it almost is Greta Van Susteren? Have you ever noticed that the name is almost a Fox News anchor?
No, I hadn't thought about that.
Is that just me?
No, I mean I realized it years ago. I thought
I'm
we
not the
made that
only
joke.
one.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not that far of a stretch.
Yeah. No.
All right. Anyway, that's all good. Great. Exciting. Let's give away thousands of dollars to a few companies. Now let's talk crypto. Bitcoin, huge rally today. Was that because, Cabana, I'm asking, is this because of the not so benign but less than feared CPI inflation number this morning?
I think that was the final excuse to get it going because really Bitcoin's kind of lagged with everything else at all-time highs, and Bitcoin was probably down 15-ish percent, 20% from its high.
I think 20% is closer to it. Crypto, Cabana, are there any cryptos at all-time highs? I mean, maybe there's out of 40.
I mean, a bunch of I can name some crap coins that you're not familiar with, but
yeah. So out of 40,000,
but Ethereum's actually lagging Bitcoin.
And what I was going to say is, you take a look at the top 100 market cap tokens, and I don't think any are at all-time highs, and they're all making lower lows and lower highs, and we're in a downtrend.
Yeah, I mean, I just keep tabs on some majors just on an app I pull up. Chain length, Link way off the highs. Aave, no way. Avalanche, nowhere near it. Polkadot, nowhere near it. So these are all like top 20 cryptos.
Yeah, Stacks, nowhere near it. Bonk, nowhere near their
highs.
Bonk. Dog with Hat, nowhere near its highs. These things have all been crushed. Skydle's nowhere near its highs.
All of the Dog with Hat hodlers are now back in GameStop and AMC.
Yes.
Now they're back out. We're back in.
Going back in.
Out.
But, we're being a little facetious, but in all seriousness, it does feel a little bit blow-off toppy, like we're past the blow-off top, perhaps, in a lot of the cryptos, certainly the meme cryptos, certainly the racist and fascist crypto tokens that were out there flying around a few weeks ago. I don't think they're coming back.
Yeah, I think making cryptos like that is too easy. And I made a comment to, I guess, somebody in one of my crypto circles, and they were talking about, oh, well, so-and-so made a meme coin. I'm like, who's not making a meme coin now? Like at some point, it's just oversaturation, and all this capital that's in crypto is just going to be so diluted and getting rugged out of all these, memes and useless valueless.
Well, it gets to be a self-fulfilling prophecy as they gets flooded. the tokens can't go up. So eventually there's sellers, and then there's more sellers lower, and then people capitulate, and then they capitulate again if there's no actual redeemable value to the token or some underlying, Ethereum at least is some sort of concept that it's providing services of supercompute to the world. But, most of them, including Bitcoin, which is the one I love and have been in for 11 years, but it has no fundamental underlying value except that it is a currency. Neither does the dollar, for that matter, of course. The Iraqi dinar, on the other hand.
Look out.
Cabana, do you know, like, especially with AI and how fast you can code nowadays, like, if you wanted to start a meme coin today, right now, how long would it take you to have that thing live?
I'll bet you Daniel Ing, you answer first, Cabana. I want a shot at that.
I want to say like less than 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Maybe even 5.
It took Daniel probably 3 to 6, I'd say 6 or 8 weeks when we built the SKTLs token of actually, he went to GitHub and used existing code. He didn't build the code from scratch, but he was able to do, leverage some existing concepts to make our token. But now someone like Daniel, who knows how to read and write and compile code, I'll bet you he could go to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever his preferred. Well, he's a company that makes AI, so he would probably go to the main one that he uses all the time for his job and be like, "Hey, help me make this token." I don't know if 10 minutes or 15, but I don't think it'd be an hour.
No, I don't think so. And I think there are some dexes, not like main ones like Uniswap or anything like that. Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, there are some dexes that have like a portal and it's like, hey, launch your token here. And it's just, you put in the stuff and you could be up and running within
So
minutes.
like if you had a big social media following, you could go do that, pump it to your followers, maybe make a few tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars and
millions.
I'm seeing it right now.
Go ahead.
To take the ridiculousness back, because you said like money left crypto to go into the meme stocks of like GameStop and AMC and whatnot. No sooner did that happen, like the next day and it might have been like multiple blockchains, but I know Pulse Chain, there was a GME token, there was an AMC token.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
So it's like, it's going back and forth. Let's just stop. Just stop. Like, this is it. Like, over. Like, you're just shuffling money and memes back and forth. It's just.
Do you not think we could launch the Cody coin and make millions? What is this tens of thousands of bullshit, Bryce? Come on, man.
Like we're not like millionaire TikTokers that have like millions of followers.
I'm not sure you need it. You need a few high net worth people chasing you. Dump on them.
And then,
for the record, I would never do that. I've never done anything like that. But
you're thinking about it. Clearly,
I think you could. I think I could.
Oh, it's definitely possible. I mean, people launch coins and then they have people like managing liquidity and whatnot. And I'm sure like founders do that to where like they're trying to.
I just realized, couldn't I go to Neil Patrick Harris, my best friend from childhood, who's still
Doogie coin,
and be like, Neil, help me ramp. I'll give you 1 million Cody coins. Go ramp this shit to $1, man. That's the playbook. I mean, that is the playbook that the scammers and the grifters of crypto use. And that's why our token, I was so careful to work with my attorneys to make sure that we were never, like, we had no founders tokens to give. We had no tokens to give to promoters. We never will and doesn't exist. Doesn't happen at the SKTLs. But we are probably the only token that did it that way. So.
That's great. Buffett said, I think in the annual meeting this last 2 weeks ago, or whatever, that they asked about AI, and he's like, I don't know what AI is, but I do know it looks really easy to scam people. And he's like, the scam is like America's biggest business or some shit like that. And it was funny. He's making a joke, but he's right. Like
the funniest jokes are embedded in truth. And there's a lot of truth about especially right now. I mean, it is amazing, the grift and the scams in crypto, in just meme stocks and in penny stocks. And as always, it's like the SEC never shows up and helps anyone until after the fact. And somewhere here in the next year or two, there's going to be hundreds of crypto scammers going to prison, but it's going to be too late for the people who got scammed.
Yeah, it's always too late, I guess, for the people that got scammed. But
Not if you're an FTX investor, though. Those guys are getting their money back.
yeah.
How about that?
So what kind of signal does that send?
That's has that ever happened in a bankruptcy? I wonder.
Yeah, well, like Madoff's investors ended up getting 50 or 60 cents on the dollar, most of them.
Yep. These people are going to get 100% with interest. And
how is that possible? Where's that money coming from?
Because I think Bitcoin rallied, and then they got Anthropic.
Anthropic, probably, because that was billions.
Yeah, and
I don't know how much they could take from it.
You know, they they actually had real assets that turned out to be valuable.
Give me a minute. I'm going to go buy some dog whiff hat.
There you go.
It's apparently I get the money back even if I get grifted and scammed. So yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, it's a risk-free grift.
Yeah, risk-free buy as long as the government guarantee. I guess any crypto investor is now too big to fail bank.
Evidently, like I had years ago a BlockFi credit card because I was like, cool, I'll take some rewards in Bitcoin while it's like, way off its highs or whatever. And, just, charge some gas or just basically use like as a backup card. And the account portal would have like your Bitcoin balance or whatever. And of course, BlockFi like went under, didn't think anything of it. And then I got an email notice like, I don't know, a month ago. And it's like, hey, we've recouped funds and sending it back out to BlockFi users. And I just filled out a little thing and, they PayPal'd me $300 or whatever was in the account.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I was just like, what? Like, I don't need that, but like people should be rewarded for this. Like if you go down that path, granted, I did, but I knew the risks involved. Like if a centralized entity like that, does fail, like you're out of that money. But
I literally have, I don't know, 5 or 10 Mt. Gox. I had 5 or 10 Bitcoin at Mt. Gox 10 years ago when it got hacked and stolen. And over the years, they've said that they somehow there was going to be some recourse, but I've gotten nothing. And even
you
just
see something like on X, like every few months, it's like, oh, they're going to start the payments in 3 months. And it's just like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it because you've said it so many times.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that with the blockchain, though, that it could help?
I've always thought that was the case. I've been waiting all these years for anyone to actually track down my tokens out of there to where they went. But I mean, I think the problem is looking back now, I think what I was doing was putting their Mt. Gox's customer wallet in as the location for the Bitcoin to be sent if someone bought a Trading with Cody subscription, and it went to that centralized wallet.
But you don't have the keys to it.
Yeah, where is like it's a long way from someone over here sent that Bitcoin to that wallet, and I'm like, but it was in my name. Somewhere along that pathway, I should be able to say that's where I sent them, but I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out. Space news, Bryce, anything?
There should be a Starship launch coming up.
Yeah, what is that, a week or two now?
Keep talking about it.
He showed Elon put a new picture up the other day on Twitter of the Starship.
Do we know what the goal of this one is? Like the first one obviously was just leaving the platform. The second one was like getting stages further, I guess. What's the goal here?
I think they're hoping to, I don't know. I don't think anyone really expects it's going to be like a flawless, we're ready to go kind of thing. But it's to get 95% of the way there to have a great, easy landing. And, that's the thing about SpaceX. They don't play around. That acceleration of advance innovation and ways they improve that stuff incrementally so quickly is why they're the only ones that can actually send anything to the Starship, to the Starbase, to the International Space Station. Did Boeing ever get their they had to pull that the last about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were supposed to send some astronauts up, right?
Yeah, and then like the day they even aborted the astronauts, and then day of a couple 3 hours before launch, they were like, no, there's one valve over there that got rusted again or some shit, frozen, locked. I don't know. It's endless.
Planes, spaceships. Yeah, if they can't get their planes right, I'm not going to trust a spaceship.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, come on.
Sad.
Bryce and I look at Boeing all the time. You know, Boeing has a smaller market cap than SpaceX in the private markets. And I think I might have mentioned that before. But anyway, Bryce and I, partly because of that, partly because the stock's like near 52-week lows all the time.
Yeah.
So
was it like 170 something?
Yeah, it was 150 a few weeks ago. Now it's 170s. But we always go in, we dig in, we're like, let's see, this has got to be a buy, and then we go do the work, and we're like, I don't think so.
They need a new CEO.
They need a new everything, a new board, a new COO, a new CFO. They need engineers running the company, not, I don't know, financial engineers.
If you're a CEO that's worth of shit right now, I think you could name your price. You could either go to Disney or Boeing, and you could make whatever money. They're like, yes, you're amazing. You can run this company. You have a vision. We will hire you.
That should be you, Bryce.
I might send some applications. I need to go brush up the resume now that I say that, I guess.
Can you just go to Disney first and save Star Wars? That's all I want.
Oh.
Hey, how about a merger between Boeing and Disney, and then you've got the real assets to go with the...
Every Boeing comes with every Boeing plane that you fly
straight from
on.
Orlando, blasting over Epcot Center.
Boeing could make a real life Millennium Falcon. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but can they, Bryce?
Someday.
I don't really think so. SpaceX, yes. Boeing, no. SpaceX will be the top 1 or 2 most valuable companies in the solar system in the next 20 to 30 years, and Boeing might still be around.
Oof. GM,
same thing. Maybe they'll still be around. Ford, they'll probably get to the other side. Toyota's getting to the other side.
Rivian?
Probably. I mean, the problem with Rivian is they're just so far from positive gross margins, which makes them that much farther from cash flow. And everybody knows they need more money, billions of dollars to get to scale.
I see Rivians all the time. Like nowadays, they are more common. And I'm like, it's a great product. We've test drove it. Like, what could you do? Like, could somebody, it would just take somebody willing to pour billions of dollars into manufacturing and being able to scale it up, because you've got a good product.
Yeah,
it would take another Amazon, like a UPS or FedEx, to just be like, hey, we're doing our fleet with Rivians, and that would backstop them, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that, and a lot, it could be a sovereign wealth fund to come in and save them. It could be, who's the one? Is it who owns Lucid? Which one of the sovereign wealth funds?
I think it's Saudis.
Yeah, the Saudi sovereign wealth fund. Whatever it is, you could merge Lucid and Rivian, throw in tens of billions of dollars more, and hope and pray that it. The problem with Rivian at this moment is, like today I saw a picture of a Rivian with sensors and LiDAR and stuff driving around and, trying to figure out full self-driving. And same thing with Uber, that there's an existential threat to Rivian if Tesla solves full self-driving and people quit buying cars at the scale that they do presently, which would go hand in mouth, right, Bryce? You even said it the other day. You're like, living in Crucis, if there was a robo-taxi service to take you everywhere, there's a lot of people that just wouldn't buy a car, and you would consider not buying another car, another truck at least.
Well, I was explaining that to somebody the other day, and I'm like, it's not just the convenience of it. It's just the economics of asset utilization, right? Elon, I didn't come up with this, is Elon, but like my truck is a very expensive asset that sits idle 90% of the time.
99%, 98% of the time.
Yeah, and then you have a Tesla that robotaxi that might be in use for 80% of the time. Like you almost flip the number, and so the price per mile goes to near zero, all of a sudden, especially relative to owning a vehicle yourself. And so just those economics are like undeniable,
But how really close or far are they still away? Like they can be like 99%, full, self-drive or auto drive or whatever, but like that last percent has to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like that could be like what, another 5 years or something?
It could be. It could be, Cabana. I'm no Elon mindless fanboy, but the fact is that if Elon is got an August event to show off robo-taxi coming, things are
all right.
I would imagine it's 99.8% of the way there, but I don't know that my vision for full self-driving from Tesla is probably starts in San Francisco, maybe Austin, maybe San Francisco, and then it goes into Atlanta. It's going to be in cities first, and you're not going to be able to summon, a car in Ruidoso, New Mexico in the next year or two, even if there is full self-driving robo-taxis in major metropolitan areas from Tesla. That's my working theory. Gotcha. Even just from regulatory, I don't think, you'll probably, like Waymo is in San Francisco mostly, and it's anybody in Phoenix right now can go summon a Waymo without a driver in it to take them somewhere else in Phoenix. And so, that's, I think, sort of how it'll play out. It'll be one city at a time until at some point the NHTSA or whatever organizations have to approve it. Go, F it, we'll do it live. We'll let the robo-taxi go live.
So like even like a bullish case, like it might not sound like self-drive in cities all across the country, but like say, hey, we're doing Austin in by January of 2025. You would take that as a win?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's not, what is that, 7 months away? Yes, that would be a win.
I think that'd be a win.
Yeah, January 2026 would be a loss, but January 2025, you can have one city with full self-driving Tesla robo-taxis in 7 months. That would be a major win. Yeah.
All right.
It needs to start happening in 2025, though. And I don't know if I care as much about the robotaxi as I do the robots over at Tesla anyway. The Optimus robots is getting to be an obsession of mine. Just humanoid.
Tweet about that this morning, saying they're awesome or something like that. It was just like a very short kind of thing.
Who'd you say what?
I thought Elon just posted like a very couple worded thing this morning. It was like, Dojo robots are going to be awesome or something like that. I forget.
They are. They're going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's all he said. Optimus robots will be awesome.
Or Optimus, yeah.
That's the tweet.
That's the tweet.
All right. Anything else?
I think we covered a good bit in a short amount of time.
I think we did too. Sorry we were a little late starting. Cabana was late, so we almost didn't do it at all.
Yeah, sorry. I haven't been around. It's like my first day home in
where have you been, dude? This is ridiculous.
Well, I went down to Georgia and had a little workout with Diamond Dallas Page, former heavyweight champion of the world. And then he does a DDP yoga performance center. It's mainly for like ex-athletes and stuff like that, but there's like levels to it. So you can either do like the hard stuff, which I like to do. It's like strength, training and stuff like that. Or you can do like for older people, like chair yoga and stuff like that. So it's trying to, you could be past chair yoga. But anyway, did that, went down to American Badass territory in the Panhandle, and spent some time there, and then down towards the Gulf Coast. Went over to Mar-a-Lago to rub elbows with the elites, and then yeah,
I saw a picture of you with Trump.
With the Don.
Or
not
were you
with
at a
Trump, but yeah.
You were at a Trump event, I guess is
Yes.
what it was.
I was.
He spoke.
He spoke.
Did you yell like what's when the crowd starts? Like what is it when you're a comedian, stand-up comedian, and someone starts messing with you?
Heckler?
Heckler. Did you heckle?
No hecklers.
No. Did you
But,
applaud?
Yes, it was a crypto event, so it was.
Was that where he said other people don't like crypto? Like, I like crypto, vote for me if you like crypto. Was that speech?
Yeah, there were a couple. There was like a VIP tour outside to where people had Q&A with him, and I think there were some really good questions posed there. And then the founder, like inside later, like after the dinner, the founder of Matic spoke for like a minute, and then Ryan Selkis also got up there, and I thought it was just 1 or 2 minutes, but he offered some really good points. So it was just like, hey, we do at least want to keep this, money and innovation here and not have it go out of the country, to China or anywhere else. And, just it was good to maybe see a politician see the value in crypto. I mean, there are skeptics out there, but like Trump's just saying it to get the crypto vote, but he supposedly asked them probably 3-4 dozen questions trying to actually learn about it. And I think what's his name, Vivek, probably turned him on to, it's like, yeah, it's probably a good idea, especially no CBDCs or whatever. So
yeah, that's interesting stuff, man.
it was good. I was glad to see him actually.
It's a good thing that the crypto industry. It's a good thing the crypto industry has Gary Gensler on their side. Otherwise, there would not be a Bitcoin ETF. There would be lots of guys in prison, and instead, Gary Gensler is like, "Hey, everybody, do whatever the hell you want. It's all good. United States, we'll keep it all here." So
we have an Ethereum futures ETF, but we're going to hold off on the Ethereum ETF. So,
it's just a matter of gamesmanship and timing. Like it's not going to happen. Gary Gensler is a gift to the crypto industry. I don't care what anybody else says.
That is a flip it take.
I don't know how. I literally am not trying to be contrarian. I literally cannot point to one thing that Gary Gensler has ever done that is bad for crypto. The biggest argument I hear, the only thing I could possibly give towards that direction is he once said that they're going to define some stuff, but they didn't do it as quickly as the crypto industry wanted. Something like that. What do these people expect? The SEC has protected nobody in crypto. They've gotten a free pass. There are scammers and grifters everywhere.
And in the social media industry, this is when we say, clip that and post it. So that was a nice little rant.
Thank you. We should
get a video guy and put that up.
Doesn't this program that we're on right now have some AI that's supposed to do that shit for us?
Yes, the StreamYard AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Bryce? I'm serious.
Can I read the Trump quote about Gensler?
Of course.
This is from last week. Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. I say this. A lot of people are very much for it, and I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid, but I'm good with it. If you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, you better vote for Trump.
He's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vote for me. USA good, China bad.
Most of the time, I don't think we're actually in a simulation. But when the fact that Biden and Trump are our two candidates again, then I'm like, yeah, it's a simulation. This makes no sense.
And we get to see both holograms against each other in a debate the end of June.
Yeah, it's going to be AI generated. That's why they don't want the public or any people in there. They'll have a few of the liberal and right wing. Rice won't let me use the term liberal to describe people on the left anymore because liberal comes from freedom. So the left wing and the right wing media, they'll have a couple of anchors that are in on the conspiracy, and then they're going to pretend that they're actually talking to non-holographs, but it's just going to be holograms that are like, do your voice again, Bryce.
It was
Biden, I don't think this is, you should even be here. And then Biden will be like,
question. What a stupid question.
I leave you with this.
You ask a lot of stupid questions.
I leave you
tremendously, fantastically stupid question. Just the most beautiful question. Yeah.
I don't know why, but every once in a while when I'm driving from one city to another and I have time to kill and I get bored with radio classics on SXM, the shadow knows, I end up sometimes going to MSNBC and then CNN and then Fox News. And I can only make it through about 5 minutes of each before I start feeling incredibly dumber than I did before I started listening to it. But I told Bryce yesterday, you know what's going to be amazing is in like a year or two, you're going to be able to take the transcript from whatever MSNBC was saying about how Trump is a liar and Biden is amazing, and you're going to be able to put that in the mouth and voice of Hannity or someone from Fox. And then you're going to be able to take Hannity's transcript from his show that night, and the next day,
Don Lemon's mouth.
Put it on exactly. Put it in some like whoever on it. I don't even know who's the lady on MSNBC that people watch.
Oh, Rachel Angry Maddow.
Yeah. Put Rachel Meadow's voice and face saying whatever they said on Fox the night before. I think that's going to be some great mind-blowing technology for people on the right and left to get themselves checked in a little bit and be like, wait a minute, maybe I am an idiot. I shouldn't be voting for Republicans or Democrats.
Yeah, I think it's closer than you think. Like a contact of mine on Instagram who's in the marketing, like, I mean, it was not perfect by any means, but like the voice was like semi on and the video, like the lips were like slightly off or whatever, but it was Trump's voice basically saying, you know, hey, I use this guy for my marketing. He's the best marketer ever. He's truly fantastic. He's the most beautiful marketer. And it was just like, it took me a minute, or not a minute, but like a second to be like, wait, what? You got, oh, there's no way. Yeah. And then you could see it like.
But it's getting there. Yeah. So maybe it's 3 months away, and then we can start putting things on Twitter and be like, here's what they said on Fox last night. And it'll be exactly opposite of what they said on Fox last night.
That'll be October, right before the election. You'll see all sorts of stuff.
Probably right.
A lot of people ask what humans are going to do once AI is here and takes everyone's jobs, and I think it's just going to be humans running grifts on each other using AI. Like, hey, I'm going to make this video, and you send me money because I'm, Donald Trump or whatever. I think that's what we'll spend our time doing.
It's funny. All right, guys. Thank you for everything. It's great to see you, and we'll do this again next week. Same bat time, same SKTLs channel. Peace and love. Thank you, Kaban. I appreciate you.
Good seeing you guys.
Thanks, Bryce.
See ya.